Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you are doing good. In today's session, we are going to learn about the probability topic, which has been requested by one of my students. So, here is the topic probability. So, basically, the meaning of probability is किसी चीज के होने के chances. What chances are there that we are going to pass in the exam? What chances are there that we are going to fail in the exam? That completely depends on how we have written our exam. We know very well after writing the exam that this answer was written by us, how much correctly we have done it, right? So in that cases we can just get the approximate idea about whether we are going to get pass in the exam or we are going to get fail in the exam, right? So probability is basically chances of happening something, जो होने वाला है उसके चांसेस. ओके, वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू गिव इट अ गेस कि ये हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता. In some cases, we can find out the fractional value or we can find out the percentage. Like probability can be found in terms of percentage also, because we know any of the fraction can be easily converted into the into the percentage form, right? So probability is just chances of happening something, and for that we will be looking everything in detail कि ये होता कैसे है. So few terms we should know before we jump into towards the question, or before we directly discuss the formula of probability. We should know basic things here, basic terms here. What terms they are related to probability? First of all, experiment, कि कुछ भी अगर होने वाला है तो उसमें क्या पॉसिबल चीजें होगी, राइट? सो एक्सपेरिमेंट मीन्स एन ऑपरेशन विच कैन प्रोड्यूस वेल डिफाइंड आउटकम is called an experiment. Like if I toss the coin, so while tossing the coin, what chances are there? Two chances are there. Whether the coin will have head at the top, after landing up, it will show the head face or tail face, right? So an operation which can produce well defined outcomes, the outcomes will be well defined. It will not be like कि ये तो possible ही नहीं था और ये कैसे हो गया, right? It will not be into that way. So an operation which can produce well defined outcome will be called an experiment. जो भी हो रहा है हमारे surrounding में, like before writing the exam we can't say whether we will get pass into the exam or will get fail into the exam, because we have not seen the question paper, we have not attempted any of the answer yet. After writing the exam we can give the fair idea about like what chances are there, approximately how much marks we will be scoring, we will be getting failed or not, we will be getting pass or not. So before that experiment happens we can't predict anything. जब वो experiment हो रहा है तभी हम उसकी probability बता सकते हैं. We can discuss the chances that yes these are the cases, and we can, that depends on our studies also. For that example about the examination, whether we'll be getting pass, fail, or around how much marks we are going to secure. So in all these cases what we will be doing, first we have to attempt the exam. अगर एग्जाम ही अटेम्प्ट नहीं करेंगे वी कांट डिस्कस दी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट केसेस ओवर देयर, राइट? वी कांट फाइंड आउट द प्रोबेबिलिटी फॉर एनीथिंग. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक्सपेरिमेंट होना चाहिए और उसके वेल डिफाइंड आउटकम्स होने चाहिए. Each and every well defined outcomes can be considered as an event. Like when we play that ludo, right? Ludo when we play, or we can say snake and ladder game, सांप सीढ़ी जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उसमें dice होता है, right? So when we roll the dice, one dice has 6 face. On each face we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 1 to 6 numbers are written, or we can say dots are there on face where we consider it 1, only 1 dot we will be having. On the face where we consider 2, we'll be having 2 dots. On the face where we have 3, we have 3 dots over there. 4 dots will be there. For 5 we will be having 5 dots. For 6 we will be having 6 dots, right? So likewise we have a dice. On each and every face we have the number marked over there from 1 to 6. Now Event will be what? These are the possible outcomes. We can say well defined outcomes after rolling the dice. We can't say 7 आएगा क्या. 7 अगर चाहिए हमको डायस में तो किसी फेस पर 7 भी मार्क्ड अप होना चाहिए, अदरवाइज 7 तो आ ही नहीं सकता. सो दैट इज नॉट अ वेल डिफाइंड आउटकम. While rolling this rolling the dice is an experiment, right? These all are the possible outcomes, or we can say well defined outcomes from 1 to 6, because in the dice usually we have 1 to 6 only, until and unless we have not customized it. So if we want, we can customize it also. We can have our own dice where we have 1 to 7 faces also. Means we can skip any of the number like 2 to 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 3 to 8. We can consider it into that way also. But in general, everybody has this dice only when they play Sap CD, or we can say snake ladder game. So in that case, each and every this result will be considered as an event. Like out of 6 types of results are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 types of numbers are there. 6 numbers are there. So out of this 6, getting 1 will be having only one chance. Getting 2 will be having only one chance. Getting 3 will also be having only one chance. So each and every number is coming only on one face. एक ही face पर आ रहा है. That is why every number has only one chance. If I make the group of few selected events, few selected result, like I want the multiple of 2. So 2 के multiple कौन कौन से है? 2, 4, 6. मैंने दो टीम बना ली, इवन नंबर और ऑड नंबर की. फ्यू वन ग्रुप हैव कंसिडर्ड कि अगर इवन नंबर आया सो वी विल विन, एंड वन ग्रुप हैज डिसाइडेड ऑड नंबर आया सो वी विल विन. So in that case, we have two events. Event 1 is getting up the even number. Event 2 is getting up the odd number. After rolling the dice, either we will be having even number or odd number. We can decide according to the prime number, composite number also. So these all are the small events, but it will be only and only possible when we throw the dice, right? एक्सपेरिमेंट होगा, उसके बाद में ही पॉसिबल आउटकम्स डिस्कस होते हैं. एंड फर्दर वी कैन डिस्कस अबाउट द इवेंट विच विल बी ऑफ कोर्स will be asked in the question for that particular result. Like we are looking only for the even number results, so find out the probability, what chances are there to get the even number after rolling the dice, what chances are there to getting the head after tossing the coin. So everything we will be discussing in more detail, but before that we should discuss about the random experiment. Now what is random experiment? It is exactly similar to experiment only the thing is an experiment in which all possible outcomes are known. जैसे मैंने बोला rolling the dice, throwing the dice, what we do? We will be getting 6 faces where the numbers are written from 1 to 6. नंबर कहाँ से लिखे हुए 1 to 6? Because that is in general we have the dice in that way only. We don't have any customized dice here. Customized वाले में question में specifically it will be mentioned. So an experiment in which all possible outcomes are known to us. हमको एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के पहले ही पता है कि हाँ अगर डाइस रोल करना है, थ्रो करना है, देन वी विल बी गेटिंग दिस दिस, वी मे गेट दिस दिस दिस. हमको ये पॉसिबल आउटकम्स पता है कि ये सब में से कौन सा आएगा. दैट वी कांट फिगर आउट. जब डाइस रोल होगा उसके बाद ही पता चलेगा एग्जैक्टली क्या आने वाला है. बट क्या क्या आ सकता है, वॉट पॉसिबल आउटकम्स आर देयर, or we can say total number of outcomes are very well known to us. We are well aware about the total number of outcomes. Exactly what is going to come up, that we will be guessing, or that we will be understanding after that event or after that experiment has been completely done. तभी हम बता पाएंगे कि हाँ ये आया है. ओके सो जब डाइस को रोल करते हैं तो 1 से 6 तक नंबर्स है हमारे पास में, राइट? सो फ्रॉम 1 to 6 वॉट एवर द नंबर्स आर देयर, दीज आर जस्ट शोइंग द टोटल number of outcomes, total number of outcomes, or we can say all possible outcomes. but exactly उस में से कौन सा नंबर आने वाला है, 1 से 6 में से कौन सा नंबर आएगा, 3 आएगा, 4, 7, सो सॉरी नॉट 7, 3, 4, 1, 6, 5, कोई भी नंबर आ सकता है. सो एग्जैक्टली विच नंबर विल कम दैट वी कांट से, बट व्हाट कैन कम that we are very much sure. If somebody is asking after rolling the dice what is the probability of getting 7, सो ऑफ कोर्स द प्रोबेबिलिटी इज जीरो, बिकॉज डायस में कहीं भी किसी भी फेस पर 7 होता ही नहीं है, सो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी तो जीरो हो जाएगी, right? So the possible outcomes we can list out possible outcomes कोई भी experiment में if we are able to list out all possible outcomes if we are able to list out, that means that will be called the random experiment. But we can't say exactly क्या आने वाला है, इन सारे outcomes में से exactly क्या आएगा, that we can't say. बट ऑल पॉसिबल आउटकम्स कैन बी प्रिडिक्टेड, हमको उसकी लिस्ट इजीली बनाते आनी चाहिए. सो ऐसा कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट हो रहा है जिसमें इफ वी आर एबल टू मेक द लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल पॉसिबल आउटकम्स बट वी कांट से कि एग्जैक्टली यही आंसर आने वाला है, सो दैट विल बी कॉल्ड द रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. अभी अगर कोई कॉइन है हमारे पास में, राइट, कॉइन को दो कॉइन लेकर हमने मर्ज कर दिया, दोनों साइड में हेड हेड दिख रहा है, टेल पार्ट वी हैव स्टिक टू ईच अदर. सो दोनों साइड में हेड आ रहा है, सो व्हाट आर द चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग टेल? ऑफ कोर्स इट विल बी जीरो. वैसे तो कॉइन में हेड टेल दो फेस होते हैं, राइट, बट हमने कॉइन ऐसा कस्टमाइज करवा लिया है, दोनों टेल फेसेस को चिपका के हेड हेड फेस आर विजिबल बोथ द साइड्स, राइट. सो गेटिंग द हेड ओनली will be called the certain event, that also will be discussing in some other session. For now you just have to understand कि random experiment क्या होता है. Whatever is happening, if we are easily able to list out all possible outcomes but we are not sure exactly out of all these possible outcomes which one is going to come, which is the favorable one, that we can't say कि answer क्या आएगा, so that will be called the random experiment. Okay, and for that specific random experiment we'll be having different event. We may have only one event only ki like getting one only. What chances are there after rolling the dice getting one? So getting one will be called the event 1. Getting prime number, getting composite number will be event 2 and event 3. Getting even number, getting odd number will be called event 4, 5. So different events we can have, but all those events can be considered in detail only in question only. Okay, so random experiment, I hope you have understood. You have to keep remember only, if we are able to list out all possible outcomes but we are not sure exactly which outcome will be the favorable one, we can't decide, so that will be the random experiment, that has to be given in the question only, that favorable outcome or what event we will be discussing. Now coming to the next topic, we will be discussing few important experiments here about which we will be having the questions. Okay, so some experiment we have to discuss here, and what possible outcomes. Possible outcomes, that means total number of outcomes. So यहाँ से हमको probability का denominator तो हमेशा fix हो जाएगा. For each and every experiment we will be getting the denominator. Denominator is always total number of outcomes or all possible outcomes. What comes into the numerator, that depends what event has been given in the question. क्योंकि बहुत सारे possible outcomes होते हैं, उसमें से exactly about which we are discussing this, so that will be given to us in the question कि कौन सा event favorable one है, and we have to look for that particular. Okay, so first total 7 types of problem we will be discussing in this chapter. So what 7? Not actually 7. Coin based problem it is, dice based problem it is, and that card based problem it is. Only 3 types of it is, but in coin based we may use one coin only, we may use 2 coins, we may use 3 coins also. In dice also we may use 1 die, 2 dice or 3 dice can also be used. Usually we will not be having this much difficult question, because 3 dice, that means many results will be there, 216 possible outcomes will be there. How we have to find out all that will be showing you in detail. So drawing a card from a pack of 52 cards, this is the last one about the card based question. सबको पता होगा ताश की गड्डी card based question. So that also will be discussing. So first topic is tossing a coin. When we have to toss the coin, we know either head will come or tail will come, right? या तो head आएगा या तो tail आएगा, because one coin has 2 faces. So if one coin has 2 faces, we call it all possible, right? All possible outcome, or we can say it total outcomes, total possible outcomes. We can call it the sample space also. इसको हम सैंपल स्पेस भी बोल सकते हैं, सैंपल स्पेस, कि इस पर्टिकुलर एक्सपेरिमेंट में वी विल बी गेटिंग दीज आउटकम्स हेड एंड टेल. Okay, so these two possible outcomes are there. Number of to all possible outcomes we can represent it after counting it. So जितने भी possible outcomes है, we have to make the list of all possible outcomes, count it. What count we are getting, that will be represented by the number of total. This is number of sample space, or we can say number of all possible outcomes. Okay, which is going to fix the value for the denominator in all cases. So for now, we are just discussing what total possible outcomes are there in different cases. Okay. So let's look to the another experiment in which we have to toss two coins together. So it can be into this way also. We are tossing two coins together, or we can toss the coin one by one. Like first coin we toss together, and then first coin we tossed, and then after that we toss the second coin. So what sample space will get created in that case, or we can say what will be the total number of outcome, or we can say all possible outcomes. So sample space, all possible outcomes, all of these are the same thing, all possible outcome. This happens only in the random experiment, because in random experiment we are well aware about the all possible outcome. Okay, so all possible outcome, or we can say total possible outcome. So what will be the total possible outcome here? Total possible outcome can be both the coins are showing up head face. दोनों कॉइन पर हेड हेड आ रहा है, या तो मैंने दोनों कॉइन साथ में टॉस किए, दोनों पर हेड आया, या तो दोनों पर टेल आया. और इट कैन बी इनटू दिस वे कि मैंने फर्स्ट कॉइन टॉस किया तब भी हेड आया, व्हेन आई टॉस्ड इट फॉर द सेकंड टाइम, दैट टाइम आल्सो आई गॉट हेड, और बोथ द टाइम आई गॉट टेल, राइट. अनदर वे इज, हो सकता है पहले वाली बार में हेड आया हो, या फर्स्ट कॉइन पर हेड आया हो, एंड सेकेंड टाइम में या फिर सेकेंड कॉइन पर टेल आया हो. Or it may be possible the first coin landed up at tail, and then the second coin shows head face. So total 4 possible outcomes are there that can be found if we do not want to mention it in the sample space. For now, for the better understanding, we of course have to show it all possible outcomes wherever it is possible to write all of them, we will be definitely writing. But in some cases, we have to stop writing all possible outcomes if number of possible outcomes are very much quantity. If it is more in quantity, in that case, we don't have to mention all of them, right? So number of all possible outcomes, how many we have? 4. For this, we have another way also. We can find out the number of all possible outcomes into this way also. First of all, what we are tossing here, we are tossing a coin, and each coin has two face, right? Two face. Likewise, how many coin has been used here? We have used 2 coin. So if we are tossing only one coin in place of n, we will be writing 1. If we are tossing 2 coins together, we will be writing 2 to the power 2, which gives me 2 square, that means 4. So total possible outcomes, how many will be there? 4 will be there, which is going to fix the value for the denominator. Right? Now, out of all these possible outcome, which event we want to discuss, that has to be given into the question only. वो हमेशा क्वेश्चन में मेंशन होगा, whether we want both the heads, whether we want both the tail, we want minimum one head, at least, at most, everything we will be discussing. Okay, so for now you just have to look to these all experiment, try to list out all possible outcomes, or we can say try to create sample space so that you can count and you can fix the value for denominator. Let's move to the another experiment. This way, this time we are tossing 3 coins together. So all 3 coins we tossed together, or it may be one by one we are tossing it. So in that case, again 2 to the power n, that means 2 to the power 3, that means total number of possible outcomes, and of s value क्या हो जाएगी? 8. So denominator में 8 आने वाला है. But वो कैसा होगा? All 3 of them will be head, all 3 of them will be tail, 2 head, 1 tail, 2 tail, 1 head. What type of combination it will be, that we have to look. So sample space, or we can say all possible outcome, right? Sample space or all possible outcome, or we can say total possible outcome. So what we will be doing, we will be creating a sample space here in which it may be possible we are getting all the three coins are landing up at head only. तीनों पे head 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 आ रहा है, और it may be possible तीनों पे tail आ रहा है. हो सकता है दो कॉइन्स पर हेड आ रहा है और लास्ट वाले पर टेल आ गया. अब जरूरी है क्या दैट बोथ द हेड्स आर लैंडिंग अप ऑन द फर्स्ट टू कॉइन्स ओनली? इट कैन बी first and the last one is showing up the head face, but the middle one, second coin, was showing the tail face, right? So we have to make the arrangement like this. We have to switch it over, like three heads में तो first पे head, second पे head, third पे head. उसको change भी करेंगे, still it will be head 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 only. But two head and one tail will give you different combination. So head tail head. So first of all we kept this tail at the end. टेल को लास्ट वाले कॉइन पे शिफ्ट किया. नाउ वी केप्ट दिस टेल एट द मिडिल कॉइन. नाउ दिस टाइम वी विल बी keeping this tail at the first position and considering last two coins, second and third coin is showing up the head face. Same thing can be done when we are getting two tail and one head. So here we were getting two heads. That is why we did it into this way. This time we will be getting maximum tail, that means two tails and one head. So here also two tails can be on the first and the last coin, and the middle coin is showing up the head face. Here the last arrangement will be first coin is showing up the head, then the last two is tail. So total 8 possible outcomes are there. Two head, one tail, three ways we have different arrangement. Two tail, one head, here also we have three ways in different arrangement. Total 6, and three heads, three tails, again 2. So 6 plus 2, total 8 possible outcomes we have. How many outcomes are there? We have seen the detailed sample space also, what members are going to be there in the sample space, and we have seen that what total outcomes denominator value कैसे होने वाली है वो भी हमने check कर लिया. So for now it is just the beginning of this topic, so I just request you please try to write the sample space wherever it is possible to write. Okay, if the data is too huge, in that case we'll stop writing. We will not be mentioning each and everything. We will be just looking to the events which has to be discussed in the question, or we can say the favorable outcome. Out of all these, what will be the favorable one? Okay, let's move to the another experiment in which we have to roll the dice, or we can say throwing a die. So dice which we use to play ludo or सांप सीढ़ी snake ladder game. So वो जो dice होता है वो cube shape में होता है. 6 faces are there. So each and every face shown some dots has been there, right? Some dot has to be there. So on one of the face we have only one dot which represent number 1. On one of the face we have two dots which represents number 2. On other face we have three dots which represents number 3. On other face, one of the face we have four dots which means number 4. On one of the face we have 5 dots exactly, so 5 number. On other face we have 6 dots, so it shows 6 number. So number of all possible outcome will be 6, of course, because we are rolling only one die at a time. एक बार में हम एक ही die को roll कर रहे हैं. We are not rolling two dice simultaneously. We are not rolling two dice together. So in this case, sample space, or we can say sample space or all possible outcomes. What will be the possible outcome? All possible outcomes, or we can say total possible outcome. What are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we all have the same type of dice. हर किसी के पास ऐसा ही dice होता है कि जिसमें numbers are marked from 1 to 6. We don't have the dice such type of in which the number 7 is also marked up. In that case, we have to customize that dice, right? If we want to have 7 number, 8 number on the dice, then in that case, we have to customize it. हमको हमारी तरफ से वो create करना पड़ेगा. We have to put the extra dots while removing 1 or 2 any of the number, any of 1 2 numbers, if we want to have 8 number also on the dice, right? So likewise rolling the dice, that means possible outcomes कितने हो गए? या तो number 1 आएगा, या तो 2 आएगा, 3, 4, 5 और 6. Out of these 6, exactly which one will come? So that will be called the favorable one. Exactly कौन सा आएगा हम वो नहीं बता सकते, but yes 1 2 3 4 5 6 में से ही कुछ आएगा. We can't have 0, we can't have 7. That will be the impossible event, which also needs to be discussed in the next session. Okay, so next experiment in which what we will be doing next random experiment is rolling two dice together. अभी हम दो dice को ऐसे roll कर रहे हैं. We are throwing two dice together. Okay. So two dice. Each dice has how many faces? Six faces. So each dice has six faces. And how many dice has been rolled over there? Two dice. So 6 to the power 2. This way we can get the value of all possible outcome which needs to be returned into the denominator. Okay, so in the higher grades in 11th 12th you don't have to mention everything in the sample space क्योंकि क्वेश्चन बहुत लेंदी हो जाते हैं फिर. So sample space में rather than writing it into the sample space you can just have a look to this number of sample space, how many members will be there. Only you can list out the favorable outcomes. Okay, that event members you have to mention for your better understanding. So 6 square, that means 36 possible outcomes are there. So 36 are possible outcomes we have to mention here. So sample space, or we can say all possible outcome or total possible outcome, right? I'm writing in short form now because many of the places we have already done. So first I'm going to fix 1 at the first dice कि जब भी मैं दोनों डाइस को रोल कर रही हूँ फर्स्ट वाले पे 1 ही आ रहा है, राइट? सो 1 फर्स्ट वाले के साथ में सेकंड वाले पर भी 1 आ गया, दोनों डाइस पे 1 1 आ गया, राइट? हो सकता है फर्स्ट वाले पे 1 ही आया है, सेकंड वाले पे 2 आ गया है. इट मे बी पॉसिबल फर्स्ट वाले पे 1 ही आ रहा है, सेकंड वाले पे 3 नंबर मार्क्ड अप हो रहा है. आफ्टर rolling the dice, one die is showing 1 and the another one is showing 3. Then same way 1 4, same way 1 5, same way 1 6, same way 1 7. Is it possible to have 1 7? Of course not, because the dice doesn't have 7 number on any of the face. किसी भी face पे 7 number होता ही नहीं है, right? So 1 2 sorry 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1 6 ऐसे 1 से मैंने 6 कॉम्बिनेशन क्रिएट कर दिए. सेम थिंग कैन बी डन इफ आई फिक्स नंबर 2 ऑन द फर्स्ट डाइस कि जब भी रोल कर रही हूँ नंबर 2 ही फर्स्ट डाई पे आ रहा है. सो 2 के साथ में कितने कॉम्बिनेशन? ऑफ कोर्स 2 1 2 2 then 2 3 then 2 4. Here also I will be getting 6 combination 2 5 and 2 6, right? 2 5 2 6 like this. Similarly 3 1 3 2 3 3 3 4 3 5. This time I have fixed number 3 on the first dice. I can start it from into this way also कि first वाले पे मैंने 6 को फिक्स कर दिया. Somehow हमको एक एक बार एक एक नंबर को फिक्स करते जाना. First we fixed position, first we fixed 1 for the first dice result, and then second number 2, then 3, then number 4, 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5, 4 6, right? So here also after fixing 4 again we'll have 6 more outcomes. We will be fixing 5 this time, 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, okay, 5 4, then 5 5, both the dice are showing 5 5 5 only, and the last one is after fixing 6 at the first dice. So 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, and the last one is 6 6. Likewise, total how many possible outcomes are there? 36 possible outcomes are there. Okay, so sample space में हमने सारे outcome को represent किया है because it was possible for us to mention it. That is why this formula is really very much helpful, because if you have to roll 3 dice together, in that case it won't be that much easy to write all the members of the sample space, because how many outcomes will be there? Look, 6 to the power n, that means 6 to the power 3, which is 216 possible outcomes are there. कितने possible outcomes है? 216. So in bracket it won't be that easy for us to write each and everything. So in that case we will be writing the sample space only for the favorable one, or we can say the event which has been mentioned in the problem. Okay, so for that only we will be doing. For sample space all possible outcome, we don't have to write in such type of experiments. It is wasting of time. Okay, next is question of example 7, or we can say experiment 7, which is really very much interesting. We all have used this in our day-to-day life, right, for the entertainment purpose. drawing a card from the pack of 52 cards. ताश की गड्डी होती है 52 cards are there. I'll show you the scenario here. Deck of card total 52 cards are there excluding joker cards, right? We don't have to include those. So 52 cards are there. Out of those 52, 26 of them are of red color, 26 of them are of black color. Now in this 26 also we have the category 13 are of heart shape, 13 are of diamond shape, 13 red heart, 13 red diamond. Then 13 black spade, 13 black club cards. This is the club card. So 13, 13, 13, each card, 4 categories are there, that means. So in terms of color, if you want to segregate, 2 types of colors are there, black and red. In terms of types also, if we wants to categorize it, so diamond, heart, spade, club, likewise we can categorize it. After that, in each and every shape, like heart shape contains 13 cards. Out of this 13 card, one ace we have. One ace, ace means ikka जिसको हम बोलते हैं in Hindi. So ace is of heart shape. Then face cards are there. J, Queen, King. In between ace and J, Queen, King, we have the number cards starting from 2 onwards. 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are written on the card till 10. ये number नहीं लिखा हुआ, that is A, alphabet A is written, Ace card we call it. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 9 number cards are there. 9 number cards of heart shape, 9 number cards of diamond shape, 9 number cards of spade, 9 number cards of club. So 9 fours are 36. 9 fours are 36 cards are there. Number cards are how many? 36. And how many face cards are there? J, Queen, King. These are of heart shape. Same way we will be having diamond shape. Then we'll be having club cards and spade cards. So 3 fours are 12. Right? 3 face cards are there. J, Queen, King. Each one is of 4 different category. 4 J are there, 4 Queen are there, 4 Kings are there. So 12. Ace, we have only ace 1 card and 4 types of diamond, heart, spade, club. So 4 cards are there. Ace, 4 cards are there. So 4 plus 36, 40. 40 plus 12 is 52 total number of cards are there, out of which 26 are of heart shape and diamond shape are also 13. And then we have 26 black color cards, out of which 13 are spade and 13 are club cards. Right? So total 52 cards are there, which can be categorized according to the color black and red. So red color we have 2 category, heart shape, then diamond shape. Okay, heart shape we all know, diamond shape like this. Then we have the black color cards, total 26 black colored cards are there, 26 red, out of which 13 are heart and diamond. Then black color spade we have and club cards. Club cards, right? So club cards, this shape is for club card and this shape, just a minute. So sorry, I forgot. Yeah. Yes, this shape is for spade. So likewise, we can categorize. If somebody asks how many red color cards are there, red cards, then black cards, how many face cards are there, how many number cards are there, number cards, then how many ace are there, how many red cards are there? 26. How many black cards are there? 26. How many face cards are there? 3 type of face cards are there. Each one of 4 category, 12 cards. Number cards, total 9 numbers are there. Each one is of 4 category, 4 different types. So 36 are there. Number cards. Ace cards, total 4 ace cards are there. One A is written only on in one pattern with 4 different category, so 4 cards are there. Then how many heart shape are there? Heart, diamond, likewise we can list out. Heart, diamond and spade black, and club. These all are of 13, each one are of 13, 13, 13 cards, right? So likewise, we can list out all possible outcomes wherever it is possible to look. Okay. In the next session, we will be discussing some problems also, how we exactly have to simplify the problem and what different event are there. As I discussed before also, certain event and impossible event we have to discuss. Okay, so till now we have seen different experiment with all possible outcomes which needs to be mentioned in the sample space, which is going to fix the value for the denominator. I hope you have watched the full video. Do like this video. If you are getting any of the benefit, do share it to your friends, family and relative, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Please ask your friends also to subscribe it so that they will be also getting the benefit of all these latest videos. They'll be getting the notification. Hit the bell icon button as well. Okay, so without wasting much of the time, I just want to request to do follow all these things. Do keep on practicing. Take care of yourself. Bye everyone.